Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Access Arabic. Today we continue our Tajweed workshop. We are still on the rules of Noon Sakina and Tanween, and today we will deal with Ikhfa Haqiqi. This is rule number 4 of Noon Sakina and Tanween. So stay tuned to the end, because then you will inshallah have a holistic understanding of this topic. Don't forget to join Qiraat Club, our free Telegram group where you can practice what you've learnt inshallah. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. So, Ikhfa Haqiqi. Ikhfa means to hide. It is to pronounce the Noon Sakina or Tanween in such a way that the sound is between Idgham and between Idhar. And we do Ghunna for 2 harakat. If you remember, we said Idgham is to completely merge the Noon Sakina or Tanween into one of the Yarmalun letters. Ya, Ra, Lam, Mim, Waw or Noon. The video will be attached somewhere. And we also said that Idhar means to make the Noon Sakina or Tanween clear. So whenever Noon Sakina or Tanween is followed by one of the throat letters, Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha, then we do Idhar. And whenever Noon Sakina or Tanween is followed by Ba, then we do Iqlab. But whenever Noon Sakina or Tanween is followed by any of the other letters, i.e. not the 6 Yarmalun letters, not the 6 throat letters, and not Ba, then we do Ikhfa. We hide it in such a way that it is between Idhar and it is between Idgham, with Ghunna for 2 harakat. So we hide the Noon sound, we do not pronounce it clearly like in Idhar, and we don't completely merge it like in Idgham. So we've covered that it does not apply to Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha, the 6 throat letters, nor does it apply to the 6 Yarmalun letters, the letters of Idgham, and it does not apply to Ba. Do note that if the Noon Sakina or Tanween is followed by one of the 7 heavy letters, Khussa, Daghin, Qidh, Kha, Sad, Dad, Ghain, Ta, Qaf or Dha, then the Ghunna sound will be full mouth. Whereas if it's followed by one of the light Ikhfa letters, then it will be light mouth. So now let's move on to the practical application inshallah. So if we look at this first word here, Yanzuru, we have a Noon Sakina here, and it is followed by a Dha. So if we were to use a methodical approach, let's break it down. So we've got Noon Sakina or Tanween. The next letter is a Dha. Is Dha one of the 6 Yarmalun letters? Ya, Ra, Lam, Mim, Waw or Noon? No, it's not. Is it one? So we don't do Idgham. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha? No, it's not. So we don't do Idhar Halqi. Is it Ba? No, it's not. It's a Dha. So that means we do Ikhfa. So now I will demonstrate how to do Ikhfa. Remember, it's in between Idgham and it's in between Idhar. We will hide the Noon sound with the Dha. We won't say Yanzuru, because there I made it clear. There I did Idhar. Yanzuru. No, that's wrong. Likewise, we won't say Yadhuru, because there I completely merged the Noon into the Dha. I did Idgham. Instead, it will be a happy medium with Ghunna for 2 harakat. Yanzuru, Yanzuru, Yanzuru. So I'm making Ghunna for 2 harakat. I'm pronouncing the Noon from my nose, but I'm not fully pronouncing it. I'm not pronouncing the Noon. I'm not saying Yanzuru, but I'm not pronouncing the Noon. I'm not saying Yadhuru. I am doing Ghunna. I'm making a sound. Yanzuru, Yanzuru, Yanzuru. So my tongue is not touching the top of my mouth. I'm not pronouncing the Noon. I'm hiding it. I'm concealing it. Because Dha is a full mouth letter, this Ghunna for 2 harakat is full mouth. Yanzuru, Yanzuru. A little tip to bear in mind is, whilst you're making the Ghunna sound, you can put your tongue next to the makhraj of the next letter that you're due to pronounce. So if you look at my tongue now, Yanzuru, Yanzuru. This way, it will ensure that you're not pronouncing the Noon. It will ensure that you're not doing Idhar. At the same time, because you're not completely doing the makhraj of the next letter, it will mean that you're not doing Idgham either. Instead, it's just a happy medium. I'm putting it near the makhraj of the next letter. Yanzuru. And it's full mouth because Dha is a full mouth letter. If we want to look at an example of a light mouth letter, we'll look at the example below. We will look at this example. فَمَنْ شَاءَ. So firstly, فَمَنْ شَاءَ. We have a noon sakin here. Is sheen one of these 6 yarmanoon letters? No, it's not. So I want to do idgham. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? No, it's not. So I want to do idhar. Is it ba? No, it's not. It is sheen. So that means I do ikhfa. That means I will hide the noon. I won't clearly pronounce it, lekin at the same time I won't completely merge it either. What I will do is I will pronounce the noon with the ghunna for 2 harakat, and I will put my mouth near the makhraj of the next letter, near the articulation point of the sheen. Sheen is not a full mouth letter, so it will be light. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَمَنْ شَاءَ. Can you notice the difference between the ghunna sound in يَنظُرُ يَنظُرُ and فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَمَنْ شَاءَ The يَنظُرُ is full and فَمَنْ شَاءَ is light because dha is a full mouth letter. So do remember, when we do ikhfa, if the letter after the noon sakina or tanween is a full mouth letter, then the ghunna will be full mouth. If it is a light letter, then it will be light mouth. And just to recap, the full mouth letters are 7. Khussa, ضغط, قض, kha, sad, dad, ghain, ta, qaf, dha. We now move on to example number 3 here. Man tagha. So we have a noon sakina here. Next letter is a ta. So it's not one of the 6 yarmaloon letters, it's not a idgham letter, it's not iqlab, it is ikhfa. Man tagha, man tagha, man tagha. Now if we look at the example below, we have an example with a light letter. In man tagha, the ta was full mouth, so the ghunna was full mouth. In the next example, أنذرناكم أنذرناكم, we have a noon sakina here followed by a dhal. Dhal is light, it's not a full mouth letter. So أنذرناكم أنذرناكم compared to man tagha. Can you hear the difference between the light and the full mouth? Remember, if a noon sakina or tanween is followed by a full mouth letter, then the ikhfa will be full mouth. Otherwise, the ikhfa is light. We move on to example number 4 here. عذابا قريبا. We have a tanween here, followed by a qaf, which is a full mouth ikhfa letter. عذابا قريبا عذابا قريبا عذابا قريبا. For those who are looking to beautify their recitation and to recite in nice tunes, as a side point, it's worth noting that whenever we have ghunnas, so through ikhfa and idgham with ghunna and things like this, this is an opportunity to do the vibratos, to change your intonation and pitch and to beautify your voice. For example, if I was to read it in one tone, عذابا قريبا, I've still done the ghunna. But if I want to beautify my voice, because we should recite the Quran in beautiful melody, then ikhfa is the perfect opportunity to try and change my pitch and things like this. For example, عذابا قريبا عذابا قريبا. And now we'll move on to the next example below. We're going full mouth, light mouth, full mouth, light mouth. Now we'll have a look at a light mouth example, inshallah. So we have كأسا دهاقا. So we have tanween followed by dal. It's not one of these 6 yarmaloon letters, it's not one of these 6 ilthar halqi letters, it's not ba, it's not iqlab, it's ikhfa haqiqi. Dal is light mouth, so the ikhfa, the ghunna will be light. وَكَأْسًا دِهَاقًا وَكَأْسًا دِهَاقًا وَكَأْسًا دِهَاقًا. We'll have a look at the 7th example now. We have كُتُبٌ قَيِّمَةٌ. So we have kutubun, bun, tanween followed by qaf, which is a full mouth letter. So the ghunna will be full mouth. Kutubun qayyimah, kutubun qayyimah, kutubun qayyimah. And then we will look at the next example of tanween followed by a light letter. Below we have يومئذ, 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 tanween followed by a sheen. Sheen is not one of the full mouth letters, so the ghunna will be light. So we have يومئذ شأن, يومئذ شأن, يومئذ شأن. So that was the application, that was the practice drills. Now let's have a recap. So remember, whenever noon sakina or tanween, so noon sakina or tanween is followed by any letter other than those of idhar, iqlab or idgham. So any letter other than the 6 throat letters, hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha, any letter other than the idgham letters, yarmalun, or any letter other than ba, then we do ikhfa, which means hiding the noon sound in between idgham and in between idhar with ghunna, for 2 harakat. Full mouth letters have a full mouth ghunna and light mouth letters have a light mouth ghunna. So for example, any of the khussa, daghd and qidh letters will have a full mouth ghunna, any other letter will have a light ghunna. And with that, we'll end this lesson, inshallah. I hope you've taken benefit from it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to share this with your friends and family. Share the gift of learning to read the Quran with them. Inshallah, you will get reward, I will get reward, and they will get reward. Let's all share the rewards together. But with that, take care, and I'll see you on the other side, inshallah. Ma'as salama. Take care.